Okay. Well, as we get into this loser semifinals, we've got Levatus versus Geko in the bottom left. In the pink, Levatus playing the Dwarves. They've been playing Dwarves all tournament. And in the bottom right, their opponent Geko playing as the humans.
Yes, sir. And we have, for Gecko, the classic 2 wood, 1 food, 1 stone. So they start with keeping the wood buildings populated. Then they'll populate food, and then lastly, stone. On the flip side, for the dwarves, 3 stone, 1 food so far. Starting to get, they got the hunting cabin populated first, and we'll see what they do with those last 3 worker slots. They're not building that building yet because, wisely they want to instead use those resources to upgrade their first sector.
Makes sense. Both of them just kind of creeping right now.
Yes. Gecko almost losing his scout, but manages to get that away, and that'll heal up pretty quickly now that it's out of combat. One thing that's a little interesting, Levatus is actually skipping his kind of initial creeps to prioritize racing up the map. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Okay, yeah, just going for more territory control, going for that bigger economy by the looks of things.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that's interesting about this map is none of the minions, or none of the creeps, start out aggro. So you may have noticed, normally those skulls are going to be red, whereas these are gray. That means that they start out neutral. So you don't have to fight any creeps on this map to take your bases, with the exception of the middle sector.
Huh.
But on the other hand, a very common tactic, especially for the 2 bases with the hard camps, is that if your opponent tries to take those bases, what you can do is attack the creeps once, which activates them, and you can potentially pull them onto the opponent's flag while it's trying to build, or you hit it and then you go away, and then later when they try to build those hunters, the hunting cabins, they inadvertently start hunting the skeletons like we saw on the old rock map, I believe it was.
Yes.
And so you can see here, Levatus is really playing around that. He skipped those hard camp middle sectors entirely and is sticking to the sectors where you don't have that problem.
Okay, so we have a bit of divergence here from both players. Like you were saying, that, Levis is going up to the north, doing all of those captures. He cleared one camp. Gecko's being very aggressive here, though. He had a scout harassing these stonecutters, and now here comes the Wolfguard commander to, I guess, hit the Charburners?
Once again, he's got the totems of power. He picked up 2.
Oh, right, we're seeing it once again, yep.
Drops it down, yeah, and like you said, hitting those charburners, which is the equivalent of, lumber for the dwarves.
And is that just gonna... Oh, I think it ran out already, but...
Huh. No, it's still down there, I think.
Oh, right, yeah, you're right, I just couldn't see it.
Oh, that's cute. He tries to steal the food from the worker he killed. That is a lot of stone cutters, unsurprisingly. That is one vulnerability of the dwarves, is it looks like he's going to try to go in and spin, or at least that's what I would expect.
Yep, there goes the spin. Yep. And, yeah, gonna kill a bunch of these workers.
And even if he doesn't kill them, he's forcing them to get belled, which is also, going to really hamper the economy.
Yeah, and while all this is happening, actually, that totem of power in the bottom right is still picking up charburners.
Yeah, this is kind of brutal. I'm taking a look at his capital. How many workers is... Oh, this whole time he has been upgrading worker armor. That's super smart. Levatus got 2 levels in worker armor, boosting the HP pretty considerably. They've got 350 health versus the humans.
I definitely saw the doors were on 200s earlier. But, I mean, it's great that he's getting this worker armor, but he's still losing a lot of workers.
That's true.
It's like
But
the
on the other
Charburner
hand,
camp's been on one worker this whole time because as a new one arrives,
the
like
guard totem kills it. Yeah.
yeah,
That is a major problem. Yeah, he's down 6 workers. Oh wait, no, sorry. How many workers is he down? Can't remember how you check that, but quite a few certainly.
yeah, and I assume these are all giving XP as well.
Yes, not very much, but some.
Yeah, I guess well, once you kill like 15 workers, it starts to add up over time.
Sure. Another worker is down. This is brutal. So I definitely think this is, I guess, Gecko's playstyle, and it definitely seems to work a lot better versus Dwarves than it did versus Saitama's Trolls. Which
Yeah.
I think reflects, Trolls workers are more spread out. They, I think, might have more health to begin with, and yeah, just it's easier for the Trolls to push back the Wolfguard commander.
Yeah, and while that was going on, like the Charburner camp's gone. I think he got dismantled.
Yeah, no, there's no way the infantryman would have killed it that fast, so he must have just recycled it for the resources. He
Yeah.
has accepted that that was not that was not happening.
Yeah, there was no way he was going to protect that area and the stonecutters at the same time because yeah, now there's infantrymen just kind of running around.
Yep. Geko is up to 13 supply versus Levatus's 6. I'm trying to get a quick count of the number of like sectors / upgrades to see if maybe that's where Levatus's resources have been going, or if it's just a matter of that harassment being really effective on giving Geko an edge.
I think this harassment's just been really effective this whole time.
I believe that, yeah. So he's got 6 points, so to speak, of upgraded outposts versus the Dwarves had 2, 4. Ooh, only 4. Yeah, this is brutal. This has been just absolutely devastating.
And like this whole time, Levitus has been forced to like keep their hero back to defend. I think
Yeah, so
now it's starting to go out and do more, but
yeah, not even getting an advantage in terms of like map control. I mean, to some extent he has, but not. He can't do anything with it. He doesn't have the money to actually take advantage of that.
yeah.
The one thing that he doesn't edge on is he's got 4 health potions to Gecko's 1 health potion, but I don't know if that's going to make up the difference in economy.
That's true. I mean, Geko did also buy some. I don't know if he bought any health potions, but he definitely bought some items out of Levitus's shop as well. So
He did, certainly. Yeah, he
And-
may have a bit of a gold advantage as a consequence, but
yeah, I guess the later in the game though, like I guess Levitus is going to be a bit short-handed on things that you can buy in the shop. But
that's true. Picks off one of the harassing footmen using the Mole Rider's slowing attacks to manage to close the distance. The one thing I will say is if Levatus can continue on his current trajectory, he will potentially have more of the map secured. That could potentially let him springboard back into this.
true, I guess like Geko just has like much more of a military advantage though, so I think he's going to start doing things like clearing these harder camps, getting the wyverns as well.
I agree. One thing I'd kind of like to see is for him to pull the wyvern in that southern base into his frontier outpost to let it chip away at the wyvern, and then he can teleport in the hero to get the credit at the last second. But there are disadvantages with that, and there are risks with that. So I can understand where he's maybe not wanting to do that.
Oh, it's actually Levitus who's going to go for this wyvern first.
And he's making good progress on it. He definitely is going to get it since Geko is taking the time to capture that top right sector. That was one thing that Levatus had invested in. He got the sectors which require a lot of walking, where Geko is only just doing that now.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, so now Geko has to spend a lot of time traveling.
Yep.
But I mean, he's also going to get a wyvern, so I guess it's actually going to work out in Gecko's favor. Although, damn, that was 2 levels from that wyvern for Levatus. So
Yes, it's not quite level 5, but if he can get the golem in the middle, or what else is available? He still has his 2 hard camps, so if he
still has an
one of those
easy
hard camps
camp as well, actually.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so this could be fine. I mean, on the other hand, the Wolfguard commander should get level 5 off of his wyvern as well, and indeed he does. So Levatus is on a bit of a clock. He really needs to get it to his level 5 before a big fight kicks off. But he should be able to do that here in a second. But in the meantime, that may give Geko the time to take that Ice Golem in the middle. Tempest Golem, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Tempest Golem. Yeah, he's running for it now. Is he gonna go for it? Oh, he takes the flag. He might just go and harass more, which I guess makes sense. That seems to be Gecko's thing, is being very annoying and going for the opponent as opposed to just like going for the more passive creeping style.
Sure. And it definitely seems to be working this game pretty effectively. He is, oh my goodness, look at the supplies. It is 44 to 74 at the moment.
Yeah, and this stone pole isn't upgraded, so yeah, he's easily going to take this sector down.
That's going to be a big earth splitter.
Oh.
But it's also a big shotgun.
I mean, yeah, I did a lot of damage to the army, and driving that hero back. And this army has to retreat through Geko. This is going to take a lot of extra damage there.
Oh, this is getting dicey. He did a lot of damage to many units, but he didn't necessarily finish them off. And they're going to heal if he isn't able to take care of that soon.
Yeah. Oh wow, all these crossbows doing loads of damage. Is this Wolf Guard Commander going to go down? All right, he actually realizes like, hey, I'm about to die. Does something about it.
Ocean. Yeah, this is looking real rough for Levatus here.
Yeah, although Geko, I mean, he's forced back.
He is for now, you're right.
But, while all this was going on, looks like there's a whole bunch of buildings coming up here. A couple barracks are getting put down.
Yes. Nice. And, front line, which, assuming that Levatus isn't able to take him out, which is always a risk, that's going to make for some real quick reinforcements. Taking the time to do a little bit more creeping.
Chop, man. Let's get to work. All right, then. Let's get to it.
Yeah, one thing I'm a little surprised is that neither player tried to do that aggro trick I mentioned on the hard camps. Now, admittedly, Levatus didn't actually take those hard camps, so it wouldn't have been applicable. And I guess, excuse me, yeah, Levatus didn't take the hard camps, so it wouldn't be applicable, and he maybe didn't have the resources to spare to try and go after Geko's hard camps.
I just want a quick shout out. Thank you, Best Friend Ever, for the raids. I appreciate that. I hope you had fun with the tournament today. We're just doing the loser semifinals right now. And actually, this is looking a lot closer than I would have expected. Having seen like the beginning of the game.
Yes, Levatus is caught up in supply very nearly.
And they're both level 6, yeah. Too. Oh, is he going to get this Tempest Golem?
That would be huge. Could get a very impactful item off of it. And a lot of levels. As well as that middle sector is very important. It has iron, it has your special resource, and, strategically it's a very nice sector to control. And it does not look like Geko can stop him in time. He may take a base in exchange, though. It's upgrading, but it's only at 2%. Yeah, this will be another kind of economic trade potentially for Levatus.
Yeah, and actually, this is the first time Levatus has been up on hero level this whole game. It's definitely was lagging behind the entire time, but now, yeah, you're trading a sector for, like that Tempest Golem kill.
It's hard to say if it's worth it or not. It wasn't terrible. It was only a level 1 sector as well. One thing I would kind of like to see is when he gets a chance, he's got, I think, 15k gold, and hasn't had the opportunity to upgrade his weapon or armor. That could help him out a fair bit.
Yeah, I guess like the main thing is just finding the time to go and do that.
Exactly, yeah. It can be really tough. Usually, not infrequently, when your hero dies is when you make those purchases. After the revive, it tends to flow pretty smoothly. He does get the middle sector, and so I believe I was gonna say he's up on a base, but Geko does still have that aggressive base that he took early on.
All right, yeah, that's just been like completely left untouched, really.
Yeah, not much has come from it though, so it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a case of like if one unit from Levatus went and harassed, that
Yeah.
would kill. That would basically stop one of those hunting cabins from working. So
That's true. That is true. There are still some unclaimed sectors and some unupgraded sectors as well. This is a big map, so that's not surprising.
I hadn't
And
even
here we
noticed on the
go.
right hand side. Yeah, there's like a whole sector over there.
It's an awkward sector to get to. It takes a really long time to pick up. Looks like the infantry have their Warhammer upgrade as well as their health upgrade. Levatus, though, has actually gotten more supply than Geko. He was able to recover from that harassment, it would seem.
Yeah, and now he's basically ahead in, I want to say like every measurable like way. Like he's up in economy, he's up in army
They're trying to-
size. He's up. I think is he ahead in technology right now?
So, Levatus is upgrading to tier 3, but so is Geko, and they're going to hit at about the same time. Oh, fight's happening. Big shotgun, that's huge.
Yeah, there's a ton of damage, and yeah, now Gecko's just like, oh wait, I have to pull back.
Does pull back without losing too many units. He will need to kind of wait to let his infantry heal up, though, before the next engagement.
I think he gained a level though off of that very brief combat though, so
That's something.
yeah, evens it up just before the big fight.
Levatus has got his army stuck on that cliff, though. That could be a big problem for him. It's a
Oh
quite a few
wow, yeah,
forces that are glitched out.
yeah. There's a lot of crossbows just kind of sitting back there, looking like dragoons from Brood War. Just
I know. Oh, there they go. They got unstuck. Okay, here we go. Dwarf Hero is right in the thick of it. Gets a big shotgun off, but here comes the Earth Splitter.
I think a big thing there as well. He dropped like a bunch of, I think those were weakness potions.
That may well have happened. I didn't notice that.
Oh, yeah, I think he dropped a couple of those and then did the shotgun. So yeah, just
Oh,
big
that got him
damage
killed.
kinda.
Look at those corpses. That is a big pile.
Yeah, although yeah, Geko ended up winning the fight, however, despite all of
agree.
that. And oh, now we've got catapults coming in here, so yeah, Gekko's like ready to go for the counter push, do a bunch of damage to buildings,
For sure.
take the center.
Yeah, Geko has taken the supply lead and may well take the center. But Geko, or Levatus is teleporting in. Pushing him back. Where is the hero? Wolfguard Commander is not with the army at the moment. I'm a little surprised. I guess he was trying to get that sector to the right, but I'm surprised he's pushing while doing that. I feel like that may be a mistake. Very risky mistake.
Yeah, I guess like the line of thinking is, well, I can. It's just buildings; they don't give that much XP. But then again, like army comes in to defend, so
Yeah, and Levatus is caught up on supply at this point.
maybe he just felt like the economic pressure of, hey, I need to like go and grab this because otherwise I'm just gonna fall behind.
Yeah, and to that point, that is, I believe, his only Aria sector that he controls, if I'm not mistaken. So, I can definitely understand where he needs to pick that up. The alternative would be that center sector, which he was trying to pick up. So that may have been his motivation.
Chop chop, man. Let's get to work.
Because you do need a little bit of Aria. It used to be the case that you could build a market exchange without picking up any Aria and just buy all of your Aria that way. But in a recent, the latest patch, they added an Aria cost for the market. So you need some to get started. And I'm guessing that's why he prioritized it so heavily.
Right.
I don't think has any other alternatives. That is another quirky feature of this map.
Oof,
Very
these
limited special
catapults are
releases.
doing so much damage to this army. Just shots coming crashing in. All this fire as well.
The dots are big. Champions coming in as well, hitting the front line. Dwarf Hero very low. Earth Splitter dropping and hitting quite a lot of his army. And with that, Levatus may need to back up. Ooh, he had a supply lead, and then he didn't.
Yeah, I guess like the big thing there was killing the drill hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a nice
is
pickup,
valuable.
but yeah. Traded a lot of army to go for that, so
Yes, it may. I don't know. It's hard to say if it was worth it. Going back and trying to pick off the barracks before it can get built again may force Geko back. This is a very awkward setup, though. I feel like he's choke pointing himself into the catapult fire and the Earth Splitter. I don't think this is a good fight for him to engage in.
oh, that was a ton of damage.
Maybe you can turn it around though with a big shotgun. Let's see.
All right, yeah, he gets the shotgun. I don't think it was quite as good as he wanted it to be, though.
Yeah, the arc for Geko is great, but having said that, he is losing quite a lot of army supply, despite it all.
Oh, but he's getting a lot of free kills on the retreat
Yeah,
there
on the
as
tail
well.
end.
Yeah.
And he does have a border fortress now, which will be very hard to take out. He's got 2 border fortresses, notably not in that forward sector. he seems content to, you know, let that lie, and apparently so is Levatus.
I guess like the thing I would want to see from I guess both sides at this point is hitting other parts where the armies aren't. Just like sending a couple units. Just
Yeah,
to do
like
some harassment.
Nakamura's was doing that a decent amount. And
I mean, Geko was doing that at the start of the game, so
yes.
I'm kind of surprised that has just like not happened anymore. And oh, I see Berserker is coming out now.
Upgrade. I think those are the upgraded kind as well. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you can see those big glowy blue axes. They're
Yes,
looking pretty
sir.
scary, but I mean, they have to get through a rain of catapult fire.
They do. Yeah, no. Geko has got a nice spot here with being able to kind of poke in and out, and that stairs is such an awkward choke point that Levatus would have to push through to get at those catapults. He does have quite a lot of crossbowmen to provide some range support. That may be enough to allow him to kind of deal with the situation. He's backing up with his hero. I'm not sure where the hero is going.
Rather funnily, the catapults can actually hit buildings from the low ground as well, so
They can. Oh my goodness, those berserkers are going in hard, and they popped an ability to get frenzy and haste. They're trying to hit the hero, but the hero is knocking them way back. I don't know how that shook out. Oh god,
oh, Levatus, oh no, went too deep with the hero.
it didn't even get the shotgun off for his trouble. That is devastating. And looking at the army supply, I think that charge down the stairs may have been a fatal mistake.
Yeah, because
He was.
now Geko just look at the army supply actually. Geko are tripling Levatus, but Geko has so much of this like army in siege that yeah, he's just able to constantly put pressure. These choke points are working really well for him.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I don't know that Geko, or sorry, that Levatus had a good alternative to trying to attack down. Geko did a really good job of putting him in an impossible situation.
I guess like you just counterattack would be like my line of thinking.
Yeah, it's tough because of how long the walking distance is. Or yeah, I don't know. That was a very tough spot to be in. I guess he could have gone right. The other problem though is Levatus doesn't have siege in contrast to Geko, so he doesn't kind of win any races if they're base trading.
I guess
no, that was a.
I guess it's just like a composition difference then, where Geko just has the siege to pressure, and Levatus just doesn't have like a good response to that.
Yeah, no, I think mixing in some more of those fire golems I mentioned earlier, I mean, maybe that would have caused different problems than he's having right now, but may have been helpful for him here. But here we have another fight going. It is going into the base. It's starting off a lot better than the last one did.
Yeah, this one's like on it's on open ground, so there's a lot more room to like get around this like massive catapult fire. But I mean, there's just so many catapults at this point.
The hero's doing good work, but I don't think it's going to be enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, now it's running away with basically no health.
Yep. Misses with the Earth Splitter, but I think that's because most of the enemy army is dead already, so a little harder to hit.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's hard to kill someone if they're already dead. So
Yeah, checks out. Oh, this is rough. Yeah, one of his biggest advantages was, there are, I believe, a grand total of 3 special resource sectors on this map. The middle sector and then the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. And that was a big advantage for Levatus, is he had that middle sector, and that's no longer the case. So he's, I guess, trying to regroup a little bit, rebuild his forces. But I don't know if Geko's going to give him the time before he pushes in again. I wonder, is Geko trying to get his yep, that's what he's doing. He's getting his Titan out, or whatever they're called.
oh, that's
76%.
where can I see that being built actually?
It's in his home base at the obelisk, but there is a fight going down.
All right, we'll cover the fight then. Yeah, like Levatus is just running in, realizing there's catapults, and running away again. Seems to be like the story of a lot of these fights.
I would agree. The compositions are very awkward for Levatus to deal with, especially this map. It seems like it should be a pretty open map, just kind of looking at it. But in practice, the places you care about, there's so many choke points. Like this center area, navigating between any of the sectors in the center requires you to go through a choke, and that's just been a total disaster.
Okay, so 87% on this Titan. We're gonna
He's
see.
missing the 15 Aria, which he might be able to pick up from a marketplace.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just gathering it as well. So, oh
Sure.
wow, that hero went in and just took 8 catapult shots to the face and ran away again.
He did get some kills, but yeah, he's also caught up on supply. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this Titan was a mistake. He gave Levatus a lot of time to get back in this game.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a Titan coming, so
That's true. That's true.
I think Gekko's just like kind of waiting at the moment. He's just like, you know what, I've got this huge unit coming.
Right.
All I have to do is
He
kind of
needs to
hold on
summon
until it comes
soon.
out. I mean, it's 97%. Yeah, it's almost there, and I think he's gonna do an okay job at holding this.
I think you're right.
Catapult fire is coming in. Level 9 on both sides now.
Yep.
But yeah, we have the Titan. I
Those
don't-
pyromancers are kind of coming in for the dwarves. And on the whole, Levatus won that fight. He came in, he comes out with 20 supply over his opponent, 30 supply almost. Where is that Titan?
I don't know.
Oh, it's ready to go. It's ready to rock whenever he is. And for context, as you may know, the Titan hops into a different unit and comes out in a alien style, horror situation.
Oh, right, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's
And this
huge.
is big.
Yeah.
It was nerfed. Its special ability is to give a pretty beefy shield to nearby friendly units. It's less beefy than it was, but it's still very substantial. You can see him popping that now. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know if Levatus even has an answer to this.
he may not. I mean, I was a little surprised that Geko didn't use Earth Splitter there. Maybe it got interrupted and I didn't notice. I feel like Levatus needs to try his best to split his army for these fights with the amount of AoE available to the humans. Especially the champions have gotten their upgrade to, I believe they now target 3 units instead of 2. So let's see if Levatus is able to handle that.
I did a quick check just before this fight. There's border fortresses on every place now.
Oh
So-
boy, you're absolutely correct. That economy is insane.
Yeah, not only is the economy insane, but that's a massive amount of defense as well.
That's
So
true.
counterattacks are basically just off the table right now.
You're absolutely right. And yeah, looking, you can actually tell from the mini map, the dwarves do have their fair share of border fortresses, but not all of them. And notably, not what's getting attacked into right now. It's only at 25% of that upgrade.
Yeah.
Now the humans are on the choke and pushing in. Maybe that'll give the dwarves an advantage.
It should do, but I think with this,
Big shotgun.
with the Titan and just like so many catapults, because the Titan, as well as other things. Oh, the hero! Oh, the hero goes down.
Hero.
Big kill. And Gecko
Yeah,
is
he
actually
needs to
losing a
absorb
lot
the
here.
Titan. He is. He needs to. He's doing a good job of killing the army instead of the Titan, but now he's starting to target the Titan down. Yeah, the story of this game is don't be the one going through the choke point.
Yeah, I feel like you could probably send like a couple catapults off to the side and just like hit
Sure.
other places as well.
I feel like Geko may have gotten a little cocky and a little impatient just now. That could cost him the game.
Yeah, he's down a lot at the moment, and you know, Titans are great and everything, but
To
Yeah.
support Titan, you need to have an army. I feel like he's also got a lot of iron and a lot of Arya, but not a lot of food. He maybe should use the market to rebalance a little bit here. He's pushing in, and Geko is, or excuse me, Levatus is counter pushing. If he can take down this middle fortress, that would be huge, but he could throw the game if he tunnel visions on that.
yeah, he's taking a lot of fire at the moment.
He does not have a lot of siege. He doesn't have any siege damages in his army.
Yeah, he's just relying on these berserkers to be able to like do enough, and they might actually do it. I think the border fortress is actually going to go down.
That's huge.
And just does he have enough to keep pushing through? Like catapults are starting to go down actually.
Yeah, but the hero is down as well. I like this decision to back up. I think that was the right call. Yeah, get the border fortress back up. I don't know. He still has 170 supply to Gekko's 100. So if he can just get back up to 200, get his hero back up, and then push in again, it'll be a lot easier the second time through. Geko, I feel like...
Oh, Levatus also has their Titan up there. It just popped.
Ooh, I did not realize that. That's exciting. Hot dog. I actually don't know what the Dwarf Titan does.
Let's see, Spirit of the Mountain.
Heavy siege damage. Hey! Oh, that's his solution for siege damage. I like it.
Yeah, you know, we've got War of the Titans going on right now, and yeah, I mean, if that's the siege solution, then sure, why not?
Yeah. Pushing in, though, without his hero, I wouldn't have thought that'd go well, but apparently I'm wrong. He pushes Geko back. Oh, Geko needing to go through that choke. And the dwarf hero is running in, but not in time necessarily, so he has to evacuate the position.
And this is going to go through like a much longer split map situation.
Yeah, and in general, I would favor the humans in that because with the market, they have unlimited special resources, whereas the dwarves will mine out if they haven't already. They are about to mine out on special resources. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Dwarves attacking into the choke. Let's see if they can overcome the bad luck for that. They are bursting that hero down. Gets him down. That's big.
Oh yeah, they get the kill on the hero, but their own hero is pretty low, and actually they're taking a lot of damage on this Spirit of the Mountain.
They are. But so is the human Titan. And I feel like it's generally a mistake to try to focus down the Titan. You'd much rather kill the army if you can.
I think actually Levatus might have done this.
He may well have. It's looking real good. He's at 200 supply. Gekko's 100, dropping fast.
Oh, and every time this Titan swings, like, you just see the army get smaller and smaller. And oh, it's doing
Dynamite.
yeah. Now goes the scouting posts.
And so too with the Titan, it would seem. Is he able to get it away? The Titan moves slower than normal units, so it is hard to retreat with them, but it also does have a lot of health.
2,000. Yeah, I think that's a decent amount. We'll see if it actually manages to escape. The Berserkers, alright, they were chasing, but they were like, actually, no, let's not overextend. Let's just take the center. Yeah, there's no point in Levatus like going too deep with that.
I agree. You don't want to give Geko too much time since he does have quite a lot of resources. If he can rebalance his economy and get his production going a little better. And I realize it's tough since, you know, he was losing some barracks here and there. So Levatus, I think it's smart to kind of regroup for a minute, but he cannot give Geko too much time to recover. He is getting through the ramp. Geko was not able to punish that, and is on top of another border fortress.
Yep, and you know, he's still got this Titan, and this Titan is doing a ton of siege damage, so... Yeah, I
Looks
think
like he's going to focus it down. Maybe not.
I think
Oh, boy.
Oh, he sees the weak Titan on his opponent's side. Oh, but actually both of them are going for the throat here. Alright, I think there's just a bit of a... Oh no, wait, no. Don't lose your Spirit of the Mountain. I think it might go down. Alright, he gets the border...
He does get the border fortress first, though.
Is he actually going to try and go for his opponent's one? Oh no, he loses his hero trying to dive it. And Levatus...
This could be a throw, but he's pushing back Geko here.
Yeah, he might get this Paragon. Oh, actually, if he gets the Paragon, then I think it's all worth it.
Yep, especially too if he can push in on top of those catapults. Resetting that count would be a big deal.
Yeah, just like getting more and more kills. Paragon is so close. 200 health, 100 health. Yeah, it goes down.
Oh my goodness, I did not realize it is just straight pyromancers for his backline. And that is actually a huge chunk of his army supply that is doing just fine. Admittedly, they are kind of tough for him to replace, though he does now have that middle sector, and so, holy moly, are you seeing the middle sector's moon silver mines?
Oh, wow.
He wants more moon silver, my goodness.
Is he going to try and go for another Titan? I think he started it.
Did he really?
Yeah, it's on 0%, but he's going for it.
He apparently needs 60 moon silver, or 65 in total. But he's also got, what is that? 6 moon silver mines in the center.
Okay, yeah, he's going to try and go for it. He's going to try and get his Titan up. And yeah, like, can Geko get his Titan back up?
Yes. So, I feel like Geko maybe, he's got a very strong early game, very strong harassment style, but the late game can be really tough to manage, and so I would love for him to really do market shenanigans, because he's got enough like resources to get the Titan out.
Oh wait, is it already built? It says charge 100%, yeah.
Oh, it's back. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so he just needs to keep pumping out units. Levatus may have missed his window to push. He was prioritized getting the silver mines back up, which I can understand, but that may have given Geko the chance to get back in this game.
Oh, he's going for another round. I mean, he does have a bit of a population advantage right now, but and he's backing up again. He just doesn't seem to be quite sure about what he wants to go for. Right.
And it is scary trying to. He's been pushed. He's been punished so many times pushing through choke, so I can understand the caution, but I think he may have been too cautious here. And Geko now is at 200 supply and has a massive bank.
And has a Titan, like, ready to go.
That's right. And even if Levatus gets his Titan back up, he has to slowly walk to the front lines, in contrast to the human Titan.
But I like this harass we're seeing from Levatus, like, just taking out some buildings on the side, picking up some worker kills.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Geko has had some issues with production, so taking out those two military production buildings. Oh my god, Geko is going for the throat. He's trying to snipe the capital.
Oh, wow.
Will Levatus be able to stop him? He does have his teleport available. But that is a lot of catapults. This is going to be a real photo finish here.
Oh, yeah, he's just going, putting everything in here.
If he takes that capital, it is game over.
I think
and
he
it's
can
going
still.
so fast.
I think he can summon his Titan still as well.
True. True. That may have been a mistake that he didn't do that. And
Oh, is he
ruined
gonna
the
get it?
momentum.
Oh, it's on.
All the catapults. It is going to be so close.
Oh, he lost everything. And yeah,
Oh
Citadel,
my God.
600 health. Can he get a bit more?
That is wild.
Oh no. And Levatus was like 800.
God.
No, it was below 800.
That is insanity. Oh man, and I feel bad for Geko a little bit. If he'd had his Titan and popped the ability, that
Yeah,
very easily
that would have
could've
been
done it.
game. Yeah, like that shield would have kept him alive. And now Gecko has nothing. Like he has a very small army. I guess he still has the Titan.
He still has a ton of resources, and so if Gecko plays passive again, Levatus, Gecko could get another bite at the apple, but he's definitely way behind at this point, I would say.
Yeah, and now for the first time all game, Levatus is actually taking back this territory next to his main base.
Oh my goodness, you're absolutely right. That is funny. And it's a shame too, because that could have been his jumping point to try for another capital snipe, but I think maybe he's learned his lesson, and that capital is repairing itself very quickly. Oh boy, that is such a shame for Gecko. That would have been a fun way to end it.
Alright, Titan comes down, so is Gecko gonna try and go for it again?
I would hope not. He needs to finish rebuilding his army. And my God, is that a lot of catapults? I feel like that may be a little bit too many catapults, if I'm honest, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, before this game started, you were telling me about, there's limited food on this map.
Yeah.
Neither player seems to have a shortage of food right now.
Yeah, we are well past the point where that is a limiting factor with the farms and everything else. Yeah, they may have overcorrected even. But on the other hand, units require food, so I think that's a good thing to have. I'd almost like to see them swapping out more of their economy buildings to be able to just rapidly remax. But they did a little bit of a base trade, and now the armies are clashing. Will the Dwarf be able to take down that border fortress?
I think so, yeah. Those Pyramids are doing a ton of damage.
They are.
And now we've got heroes running into the front line. Is that Wolf Commander actually going to be okay? Seems to be so far.
Yeah, so far so good. If she can get a big Earth Splitter off, I think that could really make the difference. As it stands, those catapults are just raining death. My God, I was wrong about too many of those being in the army.
Oh, but Wolf Commander goes down, and I think this
Does.
army's just going to chomp through these catapults now.
You know what? Okay, I was right. Yeah, no, look at the supplies. It's massive differential.
Yeah, I mean, it looks bad when, like, you have all of this fire raining down on you, but as soon as units get on top of those catapults, they just fall to pieces.
They really do. Yeah, there may not have been enough front line. Oh boy, down to 5 supply.
Oh yeah, I think it's just the Titan.
Now, having said that, he does have a bank of 600 food and 100 iron. Let me take a quick look at how many production structures he's got going.
But oh no, Power Gun's gonna go down, and yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like now Levatus could actually just run into Gecko's main and finish the game.
Yeah, I certainly he can take out a lot of sectors, especially Gecko currently has 2 academies and what is that? 5, 7, 10 barracks, but he's not actually producing out of them. I don't understand why. He may have kind of given up on the game.
Yeah, I mean, like, it could just be he's very. I guess this is probably a very frustrating position to be in. Like, you almost win, you go for that dive,
Repeatedly.
and then yeah, that fight there was very convincing for Levatus, even though it looked bad for Levatus at the start of it.
Right.
And I mean, we're 45 minutes into a game. Must be exhausting at this point.
For sure. Especially because, this is not Gecko's first game of the day. He's had a few different matches to get through, and yeah, fatigue maybe setting in a little bit. He's also desperately low on Aria. I'm guessing he's trying to get his Titan back. And indeed he is.
Chop chop, man. Let's get to work.
He is making good use of the market, selling off a whole lot of food to be able to rebalance. But will Levatus give him the time?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like a lot of these production buildings are starting to go down now. Levatus seems to have like made up his mind about where he wants to attack, and yeah, he's just gonna like trample through all of this. So many workers, so many buildings going down. Probably gonna get his border fortress as well. I don't
think so.
Yeah, Geko just doesn't quite have enough to defend yet.
Yeah, and I definitely really like taking out the 2 adjacent border fortresses to the main base. It puts your opponent in a very awkward position. Having said that, let's see if he can hold it. Does not look like it.
No, that border fortress just went absolutely just got crushed basically.
It did.
And yeah, the catapults are starting to go down now. This back line, he actually just doesn't have a front line anymore. Like his hero is the only front line.
And the hero is a good hero. It's a level 10 hero, but it's not an army.
Yeah, it's also not a Titan. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that wins against the Spirit of the Mountain, regardless of like anything else going on. Oh, yeah. And this is actually really. Oh, actually, the obelisk won't go down, but.
Nope. It's indestructible.
But
and the Titan doesn't come out of it anyhow. But now it's Levatus going for the throat. 200 supply to 42. He's got a good shot at it. Less siege damage, but a much healthier army.
Yeah, and actually there's just not enough here to defend. So I think, the Citadel is just getting focused down. There isn't really any defense here that is going to come in time. And that's going to be game. We're actually going to see a Citadel kill. Normally we don't get to see that. Normally it's just
a GG.
Yep.
Yeah. That was quite the game.
That was an excellent game. I enjoyed that a lot. And it was just so unfortunate that Geko didn't get the kill.
I know that he's got to be kicking himself if he, he probably realized that he had the Titan in the production building, and so that's got to be heartbreaking. I really don't blame him for kind of not producing out of his buildings there after maybe realizing what he kind of let slip away there.
Yeah, that was a long slog right there, and well played. Levatus is going to go through. They're going to face Nakamura next, and we're going into losers finals.